everybody. I'm here for my Tuesday writing tips video. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret that I'm actually filming this Monday night instead of Tuesday. You guys will see it Tuesday. But Tuesday I have plans that are gonna keep me out of the house most, if not all of the day. So rather than not post a video, I just recorded it a little bit early. So I am coming to you on Monday night for the Tuesday tips video. So this week's tip is going to be very short. I know I say that a lot. Today it will actually be true. This week's tip is on how to improve your writing. So I just want to give one really solid way to make yourself a better writer. It's not the only way. In fact, I'll probably cover some other ways in future videos. But one really solid way to improve your skills as a writer is to find really good critique partners. Now, I call them critique partners because this is different than just a group of readers. So I've had readers all my life. My parents have always been super supportive. A lot of my friends have read my writing, but not all of my readers were critique partners. Some of them would read it and then just be like, oh, that was so great. And while that felt good, it wasn't really challenging me to improve my writing. So when I say a critique partner, I mean somebody who will read your writing and who has the knowledge, the skill, the attention to detail, the willingness to look deeper, to look beneath the story, to give you tips on how to make it better. Now, these don't need to be just proofreaders. A good critique partner is going to do more than just catch grammatical errors and punctuation. A really good critique partner is going to look at your story and say things like, hey, the character development could really be a little bit better in this part, or I didn't really understand the character's motivation in this scene, or I'm not sure what the theme is. It seems to be this or that, but they're a little bit conflicted, or there are scenes where you could play it up more, but it's not really coming through. And they're going to give you specific feedback as to exactly why they think the things that they thought. So you should be able to ask them, okay, so if you say that the theme is unclear, could you explain to me why? Like, where exactly in the story were you confused? And they should be able to point you to that. That information is really, really valuable, because that information is going to tell you where there's a breakdown happening between what you as the writer wanted the reader to see and to feel, and what the reader is actually seeing and feeling. So it's a breakdown in communication. It doesn't mean your story is terrible. It means that the message that you wanted to send to the reader, and by message I don't just mean lesson or moral, I mean the overall feel and impact of the story. That message is not being communicated, and those really good critique partners can point out the parts in the story where that's happening and explain to you why maybe that was happening on their end. And then it's your job as a writer to take that information, sift through it, figure out how much of it is relevant, how much of it might just have been a difference in opinion. But if you're getting enough feedback that's saying the same thing, then let me just say probably you need to look very carefully at the truth of it, because as much as you may not want to accept critiques, if you get several critiques that are saying the same thing or similar things, then probably what's happening is that what you think you're communicating is not actually showing up in the story on the page. And that happens a lot, especially whenever writers are just first kind of writing through the initial draft of a story. So this is my writing tip of the week. Find really good critique partners, at least one of them, preferably more of them, but people that you can trust to not just say, yes, that's fantastic, but people you can also trust to not just tear your story apart because they just personally don't like it, but they can't explain why. You need the people in between who are going to thoughtfully look at your story, try to really see it for how you meant it, but then be able to sort of break down those areas in which they're feeling like the story didn't really wow them, it didn't really, connect with them. And good critique partners are going to be able to point those out to you and also kind of give you some sort of clue or information as to why maybe that happens, so that you have the information you need to improve the story and to fix those things. So, good critique partners. That is this week's Tuesday tip. So, if you want more information, as always, post questions below. And you can connect with me also through my blog, through Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I have accounts on all of those. I also have a Wattpad account, so if you want to read some of my writing, you can read it there. All right. You can email me directly, too, if you have a question. You can find my email address on my website. All right, so thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you next week. Bye.